Hi, this is Lincoln making some video again. And in last video, I talked about I had a few years teaching experience, and I'm not a native English speaker, but I'm pretty good at doing something new, like generating personal experience in regard to any specific field. So in my perspective, I think education is all about experience. So everybody, when they were born as a baby, they grow up. Everybody, they follow a certain pattern of growing up. There's some certain rules, principles guiding every person's life. So if we expand our horizon, we see there's something in common. That is, everybody has to experience pain, experience ignorance, and experience helpless during their process of growing up, both mentally, academically, and socially. So as a consultant in education, I want to focus on people's self-reflection of education, learning. So it's all about experience. It's like a eureka moment, aha moment. Everybody has that kind of moment in their life. And for one person, if he is born in China, he has to go through a lot of pressures, peer pressures, a lot of curriculums, workload. And for typical Chinese student, he has to take the so-called Gaokao, the higher education institution and admission examination. So it's like it's very fierce competition for Chinese students. But in Western world, students, they have different choices. Students in Western world, they have much more choices than the Chinese students. They can choose the religious education, if they are coming from a religious background, or they can choose to go to public school or private school. So generally speaking, in Western world, there is much more freedom for students to grow up. And in Oriental world, typical word. I don't want to say that maybe political sensitive word, but I want to say that in Oriental world, students, they do undergo a lot of pressures and a lot of mental stress, and it seems like that if I were to compare Western and Eastern education, I think that Eastern education more focus on the skills, and the students have to follow up, has to listen to the teacher's teaching, and they have to train their skills in both English, in both speaking, writing, and it's kind of like Oriental world, we more likely to produce more practical students, like the industrialized outcome of the education. But in Western world, more pay attention to the individualized, personalized growth, and they encourage critical thinking, and they encourage innovation, creation, right? So based on this distinct difference, that different educational background and different educational systems, we have two distinct type of students. One is more critical thinking with more wired, mindset. The other is being meticulous and follows the same pattern. So let me come back to my original saying that education is all about experience. If you are born in China, you will experience this kind of competition. If you are born in Western world, and you will live another life. So I don't want to judge, the advantage or disadvantage. Each system has its advantage and a disadvantage, like pros and cons. I don't want to judge which system is better. I just want to say that what kind of experience students will have during this learning and by the end of the day, everybody has to learn to grow up. Everybody has his own life to live, So I think the most important of all is that every student, they will be guided to live a right path. They will be guided, they will be encouraged to have their own experience. They will be encouraged to try something new, always try something new in their life. For example, if you are just K-12 students, for example, if you are in grade 5, you are learning multiplication, you are learning division, decimals, I want you to focus on the foundation, and then you grow up little by little. You need to, everybody has to lay a solid foundation before they can go to the next level. So in this case, I think both systems, they really pay attention to that. They really have a systematic curriculum to do that. And that is very important for people to, to grow and to learn academically. And when they master this kind of the skills, like ELA, English language arts skills and math skills, it is very essential for them to survive in the future. So, let me repeat it. Math and English language proficiency is the basic, essential skills for survival in this ever complicated and even AI-driven world. And so what will be the future's learning? What will be the future's learning style? What will be the future's trend in education in K-12, especially in K-12? That will be the online, and in the future, learning will become more accessible, more easier for students to have. Educational resources are redundant online. You can choose Khan Academy, you can choose Crash Course, you can choose anyone. You can just post a post on your Facebook, moment, and people will come to you to provide their online tutoring service. So nowadays, education resources is really redundant. As I say, what we should do is to screen it. We need to find the most relevant. We need to provide more specific and tailor-made education for students in the future. So in the future, if your student he doesn't know any specific concept, you need to find that specific plan for him to make up it. And foundation, everybody should be. I think it's like the benchmarked criteria everybody has to follow before they can do any individualized learning and growth. And in the future, we will learn to adapt to it, become more flexible, using more state-of-the-art app, and we can get education anytime, anywhere we want. We can stay at home comfortably and open our computer, laptop, and open our camera, and we just do the face-to-face learning interaction with the teachers, tutors. So in the future, I want to describe the education experience as like the self-driven, not instead of the being pushed to learn something. You have to learn something whenever you need. For example, you don't understand the trigonometry principles, you search on ChatGPT and it will tell you the answer. But most important of all is that you know how to use it by yourself. You know how to apply this in a real life scenario. About experience. What is experience of education? Students, they learn something better if they have their hands-on experience on this subject. So we have to encourage students to do more hands-on activities, exercises, and quizzes. When they have that kind of the hands-on experience, their understanding of the knowledge will be reinforced, and this kind of the reinforced neural connection will be even further enhanced, further solidified as they grow up. So pay attention to education experience of the student. It doesn't matter what you think, the parent think, the teacher think. It matters what the students think. They should be the focus on the future's learning industry. Focus on the student, and let them be the master. Let them give them the choice by themselves. They can choose what to learn, and as long as they experience something new every day, this is the future's learning trend. Okay? Until next time, we can discuss more about education. Thank you.